Hey, so what you're about to see is some footage from a live debate that I had with Orthodox Muslim over on YouTube. It's just a lot of like wacky interpretations trying to fit the Quran into the Bible, and we just know that's like trying to fit a mattress into a compact Prius. It just doesn't really work. So we have examples of Bulverism and Texas sharpshooter and straw man's. Basically, it was Habakkuk 3:3. He refused to acknowledge the premise that it was a vision, even though it literally was like a poetic like vision, like very clearly. He was trying to argue that the phrasing and the tense on it when it just wasn't there. He wasn't allowing me time to go look at the Hebrew tense and like just take him at his word for it. Overall, a great show of bad faith, and here it is.
How's it going?
Not bad, not bad. Hold on. Just turn off my fan so my audio isn't horrible for you. I have a buddy who recommended me your stream. And then I came up the other day and I was listening to you talk about scripture, like the Bible.
Are you a Mormon?
Yeah, I'm LDS. Yep.
Okay,
So,
I can help you.
well, I was just curious on some of your interpretations of the Bible that you had I think it was yesterday or the day before. Let me see what he had said. He had sent me of it, your stream. I don't think you were live yesterday, so it would have been
The day before.
yeah, it would have been probably then. Couple ones that I was like was kind of like looking at. For instance, I want to say it was Zephaniah, and you had said something about coming from the south, and I was looking through
Habakuk
there.
and Zephaniah? Yes. What about it?
Yeah, well, see, I was seeing some of your interpretations, and I was just not gathering what you were gathering from them, and I was just curious if you'd be willing to go over some of them with me here.
Okay, so Habakuk 3 says, God will come from the south, the Holy One from Mount Paran.
So
And it goes,
Habakkuk 3,
Habakuk 3,
the verse specifically.
chapter 3, verse 3.
Okay, so 3:3. All right, cool.
Yeah. Ilo avo me Taiman ve'kodosh mehar Faran. That's what the Hebrew says. God will come from the south, and the Holy One from Mount Paran. Mount Paran is connected to the Ishmaelites and to Arabia. So God will come from the south. South of where? Presumably south of Israel. South of Israel is where Arabia is. So he gives a general geographical location, and then he gives a specific. I'm not done.
Okay.
Then he gives a specific location, which is Paran, which extends to the desert of Arabia. Then he goes to describe how there will be worldwide recognition of God, monotheism, and he will conquer nations militarily. So when did God come from Arabia, conquer world or spread worldwide monotheism and conquer the nations militarily?
In Habakkuk's vision was what talking about. So a prayer of Habakkuk the prophet upon Shigionoth. O Lord, I have heard thy speech, and I was afraid. O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known in wrath remember mercy. God came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran. Selah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of praise. So this is in the past tense, not a future tense.
The Hebrew speaks of the future. The translators have done it of the past. This is an interpretation, but the Hebrew has it in the future tense. God will come from the south. And even if it was in the past, this is called the past perfect tense, where prophecies are spoken of as if they already happened. But obviously, because God has never come to Arabia, it's not happened. So whether it's past tense and you want to interpret it that way, the Hebrew is a future tense anyway. You still have to give me when God came from Arabia, conquer the nations, because the chapter says a few verses later that the heavens and the earth will filled with the recognition and the praise of the God of Israel. So everybody on earth is praising the God of Israel. There's worldwide recognition of God. And then Habakkuk goes on to describe how this Holy One will ride his horse and his chariots to victory with the sword, conquering nation and punishing nation after nation, conquering them militarily. So when does this take place?
So, and what time period is Habakkuk? What time period is that?
I believe around the Babylonian exile, I think a little bit before, or let me just check.
BC?
Let me just, I don't remember exactly. I think around the Babylonian exile. No, before the Babylonian exile. Around the time of Isaiah, a little bit after. So 7th, 6th century BC.
So during this time, the Jews would have not been monotheistic, right? So they would have been henotheistic, depending on should you take King Josiah at his words. Are you familiar with the Deuteronomist reforms?
Yeah, brother. When did God come from Arabia, conquer the nations militarily, and spread worldwide monotheism?
See, I'm not gathering your your interpretation there. So I'm
All
trying
right.
to
Well,
find
I didn't interpret anything. I read the text. God will come from the south. Where? From Quran. He will recognize. He will cause the world to recognize the existence of the one true God. Conquer the nations militarily. When did this take place?
right. So I'm trying to find the Hebrew just so I can because I wouldn't take anybody at their word on like tense.
Okay, brother. Whether it's past tense or future tense. When did God come from Arabia, conquer the nations militarily, and spread worldwide monotheism?
Yeah, so it just matters if the tense. So I'm gonna go to Habakuk.
I grant you the past tense, bro. What's wrong with this guy? I grant the past tense. When did God in the past conquer the nations militarily, come from Arabia, and spread worldwide monotheism?
In his vision. In the vision.
There's no vision here. There's no vision.
In his prayer, Habakkuk trembles at the majesty of God.
There's no vision here. So there's no vision here. Sorry, there's no vision.
Right. So a prayer of Habakkuk the prophet upon Shigionoth. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known in the wrath. Remember mercy. God came from Teman and Mount Paran.
Good.
His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was praise. And his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hands, and there was hiding, and there was hiding the hiding of his power. So I want to know.
Keep reading.
This is a vision. This is.
It's not a vision. Where does it say it's a vision?
Okay, so did you grant that it's past tense?
Yeah, just because it's past tense, it doesn't mean that already happened. Remember, just because it's past tense, it doesn't mean that it's already happened. Do you agree?
I would not. No,
you would not agree. So God doesn't use past perfect tense for future prophecies?
I wouldn't say that. I'm not saying that he doesn't do that. I'm just
okay. So then you agree if it's past tense, it doesn't necessitate that it already happened, right?
If it's past tense, not past perfect tense.
Habibi, listen. If the text is speaking in the past tense, okay, like Isaiah 53, does it necessitate that it already happened?
I would say that's a difference in tenses, though. So
okay, when it says in Isaiah 53 that he was pierced for our transgressions, is that the past tense?
Yeah, it was Isaiah having a vision, though.
Did it already happen?
In the vision, yes.
Okay, so but in reality, it'll happen in the future, right?
He was having a vision of the future, and that's the context around it.
Okay, good. So when did God, in reality, come from Arabia, conquer the nations militarily, and spread worldwide monotheism?
So this was happening when. So if it's not a vision, then this was happening in real time at Habakuk, which would have been 600 to 700 BC.
When I'm going to ask one more time. When did God come from Arabia, conquer the nations militarily, and spread worldwide monotheism?
I know what you're asking.
All right, so I'm looking for the answer, brother.
You're looking for me to say that Mohammed came through.
I'm not looking for Muhammad. I am looking for a candidate that fulfills this prophecy.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for, but I don't think that's.
All right. So did God ever come from Arabia, spread worldwide monotheism, and conquer the nations militarily?
So I think that Habakkuk had this happening in 600s to 700
All right, so
BC.
Let's go with that. In 600 BC, God came from Arabia. There was worldwide monotheism, and the nations were conquered militarily.
Yeah. So you keep saying.
I need historical evidence for that. Go ahead.
From there.
All right, evidence.
So there's no mention of monotheism.
I need. Yeah, there is. It says that God will be recognized by the nations. Okay?
Right, but
he will be praised by the nations.
Would you consider that the Trinity is monotheism?
No.
Okay, so the Trinitarians would say that is what the God is.
What does that have to do with anything?
Monotheism,
When God says he will be praised, is he referring to false praise or true praise?
I would assume true praise because
true praise. So true praise speaks to his nature and who he is and who he reveals himself to be, which is monotheism. So please answer. When did God come from Arabia, spread worldwide recognition of him, of the God of Abraham, and conquer the nations militarily? You said the 6th century BC, there in the time of Habakuk.
I'm saying that based upon the requirements you've set for me, that is when it would be. But I'm saying that I deny the requirements you would set, and I would say
deny what requirements?
A prayer and a vision given to Habakkuk.
All right. I just want to understand.
Say that you are searching.
Has this taken place yet or no?
I couldn't tell you. I disagree with the idea of.
So what is Habakuk saying?
I disagree with the idea that you're saying this is going to happen again.
All right. So it's either happened or it didn't happen, and Habakuk is lying, right?
No, I don't think Habakkuk is lying because I don't think it's a prophecy.
Oh my God, brother! He says God came from the south, from Arabia. God
To him.
came. Did it
While he
happen?
was
Did it
praying.
happen already?
Joseph, the earthly father of Jesus, had a
Oh,
vision.
bro, do you have a brick in your
No,
head?
I promise.
Get out. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here, bro. Never come back to my stream. Get the hell out of here, bro. Are these people okay? Did it happen or did it not happen? What's going on? Are you okay, brother? Is everything good here? What's going on with you, brother? Are you okay in the head? Get out, bro. What are you doing? Like, bro, did it happen? Did it not happen? It's easy. Did it happen already? Did it not happen already? Is it in the future? Is it in the past? Okay, if it's in the past, did it happen? Well, Joseph, what are you talking, Joseph? What are you talking about, bro?